This week on Scam School, it's mathematical proofs and beer. Hold on, wait, fix it. 3 points, woo! This episode of Scam School brought to you by Domain.com. Welcome to the show that's smarter than you think, assuming you think we're as dumb as a rock. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Brian Brushwood, and this week we are back again with Matt Dillahunty, who blows our mind as he solves one of the most difficult mathematical challenges in the history of the show. The challenge being, how many beers did I have? I can't count that high. How about a quick toast? Back again with Matt Dillahunty. Good to see you again. And we are meeting for the first time. Ron. Now you work in IT, right, Ron?
I do.
Would you qualify yourself as a little bit mathy?
I hope so.
There's a guy that writes me. His name is Bernard Paping, and he makes up all of these puzzles. We've featured a couple of them before. This one he did not make up, but it did present quite a challenge for him. And it was one of the few times where it was straight up a really hard puzzle, and I looked at it and I was like, I would have just bought a beer for the answer, and we're done. But then I saw his proof for how he came up with his answer, and it was so fascinating to me. I kind of want to present the same challenge for everyone at home, right? Picture there's a 5-digit number, right? And the digits are A, B, C, D, E times 4 equals, it's the same number backwards, E, D, C, B, A. So the question is, given this setup, ABCDE times 4 equals EDCBA, how would you go about solving this? And by the way, for the record, like Bernard, he nailed it, he killed it, and I'm gonna share his proof, but I'm gonna do something I don't usually do. I'm not gonna give you guys the chance to solve it. I'm gonna give just a moment for everyone at home to try it, and then we'll discuss what you think and see how it compares to Bernard's work. There, toast me. Boom, boom. All right, folks, my name is Brian Brushwood, and I'm here to talk about
getting your very own website domain.
Let me make it clear.
Domain.com is the absolute best domain registrar on the internet. The entire internet.
One of the greatest things about the world in which we live is that everyone is free to
register a website.
And I think that's great. What I'm here to do today is give you guys a little unique food for thought and a different perspective on some stuff you may have heard of before. Now, when you talk about
domain registration,
it turns out that because the internet is so gargantuan, there's enough
domains
out there that
you can get a kick-ass website name you want with a cool domain name like .space and .club.
This was amazing to me. It shocked me to find out that
Domain.com could solve all my website needs, from credible.coms and .nets to cool.pizzas and .spaces, all with 15% off with promo code SCAMSCHOOL.
This blew my freaking mind when I found this out. That's it for me. My name is Brian Brushwood. You guys have been an excellent crowd. All right, Now, I believe this is one of the first times we've ever tried this, where I've full-on presented the challenge and not given you a chance to try it. Part of that is because I think you guys will get halfway there, and I honestly wanted to know whether or not anybody at home was able to totally nail this. Let's start with Ron. How would you go about solving this? Now, keep in mind, the obvious solution, being an IT guy, is you would write a program that would test all of the numbers between 1 and 100,000, and whichever one happened to fit this criteria would be the winner, right?
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
Absent that, without computers, where do you begin?
Divide the 4.
Divide the 4? Oh, so you would
Yeah.
do like A over 4, B over 4, C
Yeah.
over 4. So you're thinking algebra route.
way.
Okay,
yeah,
what about
yeah.
you? What are you thinking?
The first question I had, just for clarity, A, B, C, D, and E, each of those are different integers, right?
I can verify they are all different digits.
How I started was I realized, since we're going to multiply by 4 and we're going to end up with a mirror, there's not going to be a carry for the E. So for example, if the E was a 3 and I multiplied 4 by 3, we'd have to carry 1 from 4 times 3 is 12. There can't possibly be 1 for the E because it's at the end.
Okay, so if you were going to state it as a single mathematical fact, you would say E what?
Well, I can't make a determination about E yet. If we're going to multiply by 4, if we multiply E times 4,
Yeah.
A has to be even.
A is even.
Right.
And that's good. That's the first fact we actually know for sure. And the reason, of course, is because A is the last digit, has to be an even digit. That's great. Where can we go from there?
E is going to be A times 4.
Okay, so E equals A times 4, right? And the reason you know that is why?
It says so, basically. So if we put a 4 here, when we get here, to A, it'll be 4 times A is where we end up with E.
Correct.
It may or may not have a carry from the previous one, but what we do know is it won't have a carry because then we'd end up with a 6-digit number.
So how would you express that as a single statement in here? Less than
3.
3, right?
Yep.
All we have is 3 things to eliminate. It's either 0, 1, or 2.
Can't be 0.
Why not?
It would make this a 4-digit number instead of a 5-digit number.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so cannot equal 0 for that
Right.
reason. All right, so 1 and 2. How do you know which one?
I'm not quite sure yet,
Aha!
but I'm getting there. So we need to figure out something about E to figure out whether or not A is 1 or 2.
All right, you got most of the way there. I'm gonna give you a little rocket sauce, right? So we've eliminated 0, we've eliminated everything over 2, so
Yes.
it's either 1 or 2, right?
Yes.
He writes, if A equals 1, then 1 something 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 times 4 must equal something 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 1.
Which it can't be because it's odd.
Because it's multiplied times 4. It is impossible. Anything multiplied times 4 cannot be a 1, which means.
So E has to equal 2.
All right, there we go. So that's the first one locked in. All right, what do you want to tackle next? Holy shit! I did not expect this to go this well.
Because this final calculation ends in a 2.
So what are the things that E could be that times 4 would equal 2?
Sure. So
You could just go through
It
it.
could be 3. Because
yeah.
4 times 3 is 12.
Yeah.
The other option's 8 for 32.
So it is written in the scroll of Bernard. He wrote, since ABCDE is greater than 20,000,
Because A is 2.
because A is 2, then EDCBA must be greater than 80,000.
Correct.
And he says, therefore, E must equal 8 or 9. He says
8 or 9 because there could be
but
carry.
you just nailed the fact that now if you try 9 there, 9 times 4 is 36, so that would be a
Right.
6. But instead,
It has
8
to be the
times
8.
4. Therefore, digit E must be
8.
so it is written, so it shall be. That's 2 down, all right? I'm loving this. This is like watching a surgeon do his work and save lives. You want,
So
you want me to
4
link
times
it?
8 is going to be 32, so we know there's a carry of 3 right there. 4 times D plus 3 equals B.
Here's what he wrote. If B is greater than 2, then EDCBA must be greater than 90,000.
Yes, because of the carry. So if this is greater than 2, you'd end up with 12 and that would carry and that would all of a sudden ruin your 2 and turn it into a 3.
Correct. So he says, therefore, B equals 0 or 1 or 2. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Right.
If B equals 0, then it must be possible to divide XXX02 by 4. And he says it's not possible to divide a 5-digit number ending in 02 by 4.
Well, you can't do 4D and add 3 and end up with a 0.
There you go. That's another way to put it, right?
You can do it with a 1.
Somebody just skipped right to the end. he eliminates 2, but you're right.
But
By
I
your
haven't eliminated 2 yet.
No, okay, well, to eliminate 2, he says if B equals 2, then it must be possible to divide XXX22 by 4, which he also eliminates. So therefore, he says 8 blank blank 1 2 works,
Yeah, so B has to be 1.
right? Okay, so write it down, bro. I think we're in the home stretch here.
Yeah.
This one he goes a different way about solving. If D equals 0, then B can't be 1 because 8 times 4 would equal 32. If D equals 1, it would not be 1 because it would be 4 times 8, it would be 1 plus 3, that would be
4
4.
plus 3 is
Instead,
7.
it's 1. He says it only works for D equals 2 and D equals 7. And we know it can't be 2
Because 2 is already there.
right, 2 is already used.
So D equals 7.
So D must equal 7.
7 times 4 is 28 plus 3 is 31.
Right, so that's
you put a
1,
one,
and
so
you
B
put a
is 1,
3
you
up
put a
on the
3
C.
there.
Oh my gosh, this is
And now all of a
amazing.
sudden it's 4 times C plus 3.
Oh, so you have everything. Can you get the end? Can you get the last digit?
So there's a 3 there. So what I need to end up with is 39, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's a 9.
As it is written, 21978 times 4 equals 87912. Holy crap, that was freaking amazing. Matt Delanti for the win. First and foremost, we have to give a huge thanks to Brandt Hughes for sending us this puzzle all the way from Germany and for his amazing, elegant proof. How great was that? If you have a favorite bar scam or hell, mathematical challenge, hit me up at brian@schwood.com. And of course, we should be best friends at twitter.com/schwood. There is no C in Schwood. Don't forget to join us next week because somehow I'm gonna break into the offices of Rooster Teeth and I'm gonna get the slow-mo guys to see what it looks like to drink a beer in slow motion. Oh, shit. Yeah, I hope you're happy, Gavin. God damn it. This week on Scam School, it's mathematical proofs and beer. Apparently more beer than mathematical proof. That was a bad shot. Let me try again. This week on Scam School, it's mathematical proofs and beer. Okay, more beer. That was terrible. All right, let me go again. This week on Scam School, it's mathematical proofs and beer. It's close enough. That's a point. That's a good point. This week on Scam School, it's mathematical proofs. God damn it. F*** you.